and it's raining. I'm working from home today, doing a little graphics work there, and watching a little PBS documentary on the Gilded Age of American industry. Today I received a Mavic Mini, which is DJI's latest drone. Doing a firmware update right now, and it's absolutely freezing. I'm here at McIntyre. The wind really started to pick up, and I can't stress to you how light this drone is. It weighs about as much as your iPhone. Being that light, it was tough to, and it just feels so light that I wasn't really comfortable with testing the wind on my very first flight with it. I need to become more comfortable with the way it moves. And being a responsible, safe drone operator, I just didn't feel like taking any chances. So the highest I brought it up to was maybe about 40 feet. And in this shot right here, it's actually thrashing around from the wind, but the gimbal is just absolutely stabilized. And here you can see it really only gets to about 8 miles an hour because I had the throttle about as far forward as I could, but the headwind was so strong that it didn't go very fast. So this was not the most ideal conditions to get a feel for actually the quality of this drone, but given the conditions, I was quite impressed out of the gate. Even with the wind, I probably would have tried some other things, but it was so cold and I didn't have any gloves because I wasn't expecting it to be that cold, so I went home. Good Lord. Oh my God. Oh, they were numb, and then once I got in and they started warming up. Oh. It never ends. It won't quit. But again, the convenience of how small this drone is, it's the first one I've ever felt comfortable flying in a cramped apartment. It's really tiny, it's so toy-sized that it just produces a real high-pitched hum, but it's without a doubt the quietest drone I've ever used. And because it's so tiny, you can really use it to get a lot of cool interior shots and angles, which is what you can see I was sort of doing here. The other thing that's worth noting, and I have no reason to believe this other than just use, but it seems like the lighter the drone, the more precise the balancing algorithms are, because this drone absolutely demolishes any other higher end device I've ever used in that it does not drift. If you press forward, it goes forward and it stays forward. Whether it's indoor or outdoor, every drone has a certain amount of drift that you have to kind of compensate for. But this thing just flies so steady and so smooth in such a straight path, I was able to get it through doorways with just pushing forward and not really having to adjust the yaw at all. This is an absolute first impression of this drone, and it's going to take me days and weeks to really know how I feel about it. But so far, money well spent, and I'm quite excited to use this more.